In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete the How Does the Body Grow lab from the Glencoe McGraw-Hill 2005 textbook. So in this lab, they're asking you to look at the proportion of an individual's different body regions compared to the length of their total body. So here you can see that if a baby was stretched out to the same height as an adult, their head would be huge compared to an adult head. And you can see that their torso would be a lot longer than an adult torso. So how does that change happen over time? Here to the left, we have a female example, and then here to the right, we have a male example. So you're going to need a measuring tape for this lab, and I'm going to start you off by showing you how to complete the data table. The first item in the data table asks you to look at the size of the head compared to the length of the body. And first we're going to start with the newborn and the female. Okay, so we're going to go to the newborn female, and we're going to measure all of this in millimeters. So put the top of the measurer at the top of the chart and measure to the bottom of the baby's head, which I'm getting, this is our line of 5, 6, 7. I'm getting it as 7. So I'm going to come up here to my chart and I'm going to write in 7 millimeters. But this is not asking you how long it is. It's asking you how long it is compared to the total length of their body. So we are going to measure the total length of this body, and I am getting, see, this is my 30 line right here. I'm getting like 1 millimeter less than that. So I have 29 millimeters as the total body length. So I'm actually going to write that at the top, just as a note to myself that the total length is 29 millimeters. And now you can get out a calculator, or you can divide on paper, but just for speed, I'm going to be doing it on a calculator. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that number 7 and you're going to divide it by 29, and you're going to get 0.241. To change that decimal into a percent, you move this decimal over twice to the right. So I'm going to put 24.1%. And what that means is that a baby's head is about 24% of their entire body size. That's huge. They have a big head compared to the rest of their body. And now I'm going to measure the babies. The second part asks for the size of the torso, and we're going to do the female newborn. We're going to do the size of their torso. So I'm going to measure, I'm going to start there, and I'm going to go, if you notice, each of these drawings has a bottom of like their diaper or like clothing line there. So I am going to measure here from the bottom of their head to the bottom of that clothing line. So for me, I got, I'm going to put it right there. I think I got exactly 10. So I'm going to write in 10 millimeters. And then I'm going to get out my calculator and I'm going to put in 10 divided by the total length, which was 29, and I got 34 point, I'm going to round up from that 8 is going to round up that 4 to a 5, so I'm going to put 34.5%. Okay. As my next item, I'm going to look at the baby's legs. So I'm going to go from the bottom of that line to right here, the foot. Very bottom of the foot, and I got it right on that 12 line, so I'm going to put in 12, and I'm going to type in 12 divided by the total length, which was 29. And I got 41.4. I'm going to round that 7 up to a, round that 7, the 3 up to a 4 because of the 7. Okay, so I got 41.4. Okay, so the important thing is in the end, all of these numbers here should equal about 100. It's not going to be perfect because of the rounding, but it probably will. So the 41, I'm going to put in 41.4 plus 34.5 plus 24.1. And if you're pretty close to 100, mine ended up perfectly being 100, but if you're pretty close to 100, then you know you did your numbers correctly. Okay? So then you're just going to proceed to do the measurements for all these other individuals. The 5-year-old female, the 15-year-old female, the adult female, and then go ahead and move on to the males. Okay. At that point, you're going to answer the questions about how the body changes over time, and you should be able to do that just fine after completing that. However, I am going to show you at the end, I do need you to graph this. And so I'm going to show you how to do that graph. So first you're going to build a graph at the bottom of your page. And the first thing you're going to do on your graph is give it a title. So I'm going to be not very creative and write, how does the body grow? You could give it a more creative title if you wanted to, but that's what I'm going to write for now. Make sure that you have age on the x-axis, and the y-axis should be percent of body. Okay, I am going to label this bottom, the age, went by newborn, 5-year-old, 15-year-old, adult. So I'm going to put newborn, 5, and we don't have a 10, but I'm going to leave the 10 to make it proportional. 15 and adult, which is probably about 20 is what they're assuming here. And then the percentage of the total length of the body, I'm also going to do that by 5s. Okay, I am going to make a little legend off to the side using some colors that I have. Okay, I have a marker, a crayon, and a colored pencil, so I'm going to use what I have. So I'm going to make a little legend. This green I'm going to do for head. And I'm going to do orange. Oh, this is pink. I am going to do torso. And for burgundy here, I'm going to do legs. And hopefully you make that a little bit neater than what I did. But then you're going to graph these numbers. So the head was 24.1%. So for the newborn, I'm going to go up to 24.1, which I would put about right there. And I'm going to make a dot. And that is the head for the female. Then I'm going to take the torso at 34.5. And I'm going to go all the way up from newborn to 34.5. And put a dot for the torso. And then for the legs, I'm going to do 41.4. So I don't even have that on my graph. I need to extend it. And we'll put the 40 right here. And for the newborn, for the legs, we're going to go up to 41 and put a dot for the legs. Okay, and then from there, you're going to connect these dots to the data that you get on the other individuals. So for the 5-year-old, when you have her data here, like the length of her legs and torso and head, you can connect these. Okay, and then you'll want to graph the male as well. That's how you complete this lab, and good luck with finishing it.